How is it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of Veronica Mars, as we're on episode number 12 of Season 2, and moving into the halfway mark, well, the second half, should I say, of this season. The halfway mark was an explosive episode, and really, really massive stuff, obviously, with the fallout of Meg's death and all of that, and the idea of her parents getting her kid. It was this kind of race to ensure that that wasn't going to happen, because obviously we know that Meg's parents are abusive and far from the greatest people on this earth. So yeah, but it was, like I said, a very, very explosive episode in terms of the plotting that went down into, like, with Duncan darting off and all of this heat being pressed onto Veronica. So, yes. And we had Lucy Lawless show up as well, Xena. So, you know, that was just... I mean, this season has just been really iconic in terms of, you know, recognizable people showing up. With Kristen Ritter, with Charisma, and Lucy Lawless just showing up. It's just insane. So yeah, but it was a really insane ending, and I really enjoyed that episode. A very strong contender for season 2. So yeah, why don't we get into this episode of Veronica Mars? It's episode number 12 of season 2. Let's go. Jesus, how big's that? Is anyone else getting Matilda vibes? Oh. I don't know, it looks massive.
Manager's boyfriend just dumped her. My boyfriend just fled the country with his dead ex-girlfriend's baby. I need a project.
A distraction, a focus. Something to...
Don't let him misspell your name.
Yeah, because that would just be amazing.
No one keeps an eye on the third floor evidence room. The hard drive and the surveillance...
It's kind of scary, isn't it, if you know what you're doing? How easy it... Uh-oh. How easy it is to, like, breach into the, like, I guess the evidence room.
Were you dating Felix?
What? No, what are you...
The pictures don't... Oh, Photoshop!
Apparently he was
Photoshop.
gonna get you tattooed somewhere on his person. And from your reaction, I'm guessing it wasn't gonna be on his forehead.
Yeah,
Only place the Mix and the Spics ever get together without someone getting punched.
my uncle's a priest there.
Liam Fitzpatrick? If that guy's a priest, then I'm Buzz Aldrin.
Patrick.
Oh.
That's my family.
Guess more than just the one brother.
One priest.
You know what it says?
No, but I know what I...
This is why I want you to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Rashard and the other 2 kids in the car just came out saying when the car hit the homeless guy, you were driving.
Oh, shit! Yo, that's it though, like, you just don't know what is going to be said in the paper. I mean, he'll have his statement, of course, but tabloids do have a little way of, you do worry about tabloids as well, having a way of trying to spin your truth. But not just that though, you could be set up on all of that, like Wallace seemingly has done, so...
All lying? That's gotta be because of him. Uncle Rucker paying him off or scaring him.
Or maybe your friend isn't as cool as you make him out to be.
UCLA's trying to recruit him. If I could just talk to Rashard alone.
Maybe Rashard is a piece of shit.
When I didn't hear back, I figured...
Yeah, I was just taking some time.
If it's any consolation, he didn't respond back to Veronica
I
either.
don't know, maybe this weekend?
I'm busy, but you guys go ahead.
After last time's shenanigans?
I'm 5 days hence. Wallace Fennell will turn himself into the Neptune Sheriff's Department, who will oversee his transfer to the Chicago Police.
I'm not there.
Then they'll issue a warrant, you'll be arrested, probably found guilty,
Makes
and
it
end
even
up
worse.
married to some enormous murderer.
It's often succeeding.
That happens. So you think when I apply to college,
No. But it does seem like our best bet to get you to see Rashard.
Yeah.
Veronica!
That confrontation. Get the truth out there.
Future in your hands. Don't drop it.
Have faith. Like you have faith in Rashard.
Gambling issues.
Gambling issues like lost $50 at the dog track?
Like,
More than that.
owes millions to scary men.
You know this, how?
She literally booked the office. Literally.
So I was thinking...
Oh, damn.
were thinking you want me to alert the media?
This concerns you too, Jailbird. You think I like sneaking over here like this? Focus, man.
Okay, man, I'm focused.
Well,
Go
now
ahead,
that
think.
golf ain't on the table. Oh shit! Go on, ram out! Ram out!
Rashard. Hi.
Hi yourself and bye. Get out.
Whoa, hang on.
You don't say anything.
Oh heck! Nice complication there, though.
Just remember you think with your brains, not with this.
Damn, Uncle.
He does seem to be tough, the uncle. As Wallace testified, I guess.
Me to dig up the chief of police's number, which I got in here too. He's a big basketball fan.
Okay, I am. Maybe it is the uncle.
Well, it almost.
I don't know. Rashard, I mean, obviously it still could all dart back to Rashard, but I mean, his uncle's just lamented about him not thinking, and he's just trying to enjoy himself. There might be that pressure. Don't get too overzealous, etc., etc. So, yeah, but yeah. I'm also sure I've seen his face dotted around somewhere before, Rashard.
The night of the accident, like 5 minutes before, we hit White Castle. The drive-through.
He could get.
There's a witness right
Yeah,
there.
he could get testimony.
He saw Rashard at the wheel.
His autograph. I mean,
Great. So I'm late, it's super busy, I missed dinner, and it's make the karaoke machine want to kill itself night. And also, it seems, Veronica, I need a favor night.
It's all falling apart. Thank God we got someone who might be able to sing. I mean, aside from Veronica. Oh!
So this is sneaking. I've got a pantomime horse disguise you could use. Do either of you have any experience being a horse's ass?
I'm glad my misfortunes amuse you. Look.
Oh, come on! Like you weren't taking the piss out of Veronica earlier this season.
Have you ever heard the name David Moran, sometimes known as Curly?
Curly? Sure. Worked with my dad's Aston Martin. Guy's a trip.
Were you aware of a bad smell? Yeah.
Is it bad smell the rat? Because, like I said...
That'd be a first.
I mean, too symbolic. What does a dead rat do?
Decompose.
Besides smell?
A dead rat's only talent. It smells bad enough to drive anyone who could afford another ride off the bus.
That is true. You don't want to be on there for, like, however long that journey was.
That's great, right? Why aren't you smiling?
Unless he got paid off.
He hasn't come into work for the last 3 days. Nobody's seen him since. Surveillance videos going.
What the shit?
Uncle Rucker got to him.
Probably bought him off, just like the other guy.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Father Patrick Fitzpatrick does look rather unecclesiastical. Definitely the priest I want on my side in a team knife fight.
It does kind of feel a bit off, doesn't it? Having to bug a place of religion and all of that, and yeah. It's like kind of one of those lines, do you really want to cross? Even if you're not religious or anything.
Sometimes when I know someone is bad, I do improper things.
Like what?
Like...
Take a page out of Dean's book, maybe ham it up a bit and then go into the truth. I don't know.
If thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst,
yeah, feed him a boot to the face.
Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
Be the bigger person.
That might be something for you.
Hey, this was
Alpha Rho something?
Alpha Rho, new? A black fraternity.
Oh. Wow.
Part of us isn't blending in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come and try to rat me out like that? Man, I don't even know if Rashard, it's not like that. No? Okay, then what is it like?
Wait.
Huh?
Wait a second. Wait. I figured it out. think he was Trip on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Man, this is me, man. Yo, and if you want to mess with me, bring it on. Because I hit you back 50 million times harder. Why don't you just go home?
Does he have to act tough, though? I don't know. Like, does he have a gun behind his back from his uncle? He was already pressure. I don't know.
She know me well enough to take my word and just go. Come on.
God, Wallace, when did who I talked to at a party become your business?
Come on, Jackie, let's just go.
So what,
Jackie.
you owe me? You know, it would have been nice if you maybe returned one of my phone calls when you were in Chicago. Filled me in on the...
Are you shitting me? This whole dilemma with what you did to Veronica and all of that during episode 5 it was. And he was going through a tough time. He might need some alone space. But that is where you draw the line. He needs some alone space. I can't accept that. Wow. Oh, she's gonna tail him. Or tail her, because she's in the driving seat.
Where's she taking?
You know, this might actually be fun. I know where she likes to go.
Shit. Yeah, that's it though. Like, warning flags are hitting the uncle.
Great. Thanks, Deputy.
No problem.
Shit!
Sorry. Have to get to church.
Nice.
I'm Lord Brother through the confessional. Wait. Where's the distributing? There's supposed to be distributing.
I guess there was no distributing. Maybe, Father Patrick isn't as shady as, you assumed.
So, the Lord giveth, and the stooge taketh away.
Shit. Knew it.
Oh, yeah, she was good. Poor Rashard, kid never had a chance.
Okay.
It's a dubious talent, but snagging guys has always been a breeze. It's holding on to...
Alright, Jax! Poor Jackie.
If I could control
Okay, Jackie played the part. Okay, good on Jackie.
He's selling dope to rich white boys. Is that such a bad thing? I don't think so.
What do you mean, we?
Yeah, he's got them all under his thumb.
I mean, we like the rest of us.
Damn. Traitors. I had a feeling this would happen.
You're right, there's rules. Like not selling out your brothers. I'm not like you, Weevil. I don't make good speeches. So I'm just gonna say adios. Hope that covers it.
Jesus Christ, Weevil, no! Jesus Christ, oh my God.
That's enough. You killed Felix, didn't you?
That's an interesting theory, Eli. But before you think about spreading it around, I think you should see something.
Remember this? That night you nearly kicked Curly's head in? So I keep my shut. Because you probably don't want this getting around too soon. The cops, do you?
Wait, the night on Curly's death? Oh no. I hate him. Hate him.
Did you get this money from Monty Rucker? Did you,
Frame.
take it in exchange for your silence as a witness?
Yeah.
Do you remember Rashard Rucker?
Throwing Wallace under the bus.
On the night of December 14th.
To hear about your legal troubles, but that can happen when you open your mouth. My advice?
Tell him, Wallace!
Keep it shut, Uncle Rucker. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got me a pet rally.
Wow.
Balboa County Sheriff Don Lamb questions baseball legend Terrence Cook in connection with the Neptune High bus crash that claimed the lives of 7 details tonight at 11.
I don't know. I mean, that's it. It's not like he's being arrested. He's just being questioned about a possible involvement. But, yeah. We know that, well, in this episode, we know that 3 others were questioned. But that was very interesting how Gia said that her dad told her not to get on the bus. Yeah. Because, she even said, oh, he must have been psychic given what happened. That's, yeah. That is very suspicious. Very, very sus. Yeah, it was a great Wallace focus. Great on Jackie for doing her part as well. Because, yeah, I mean, she had me fooled as well from the party and all of that. Just given the fact, but I guess it works really, really well, and it's a believable alibi. To, you know, it's kind of like baiting it is baiting the uncle, because there's this whole shit about, hey, you need your head in the game, you need to think clearly, etc., and not do anything rash. Rashard, get it? Rashard. No, it's terrible. No, but that's it though. You don't want to do anything too rash, and you don't want to do anything stupid. So take him out. It's that whole plot, isn't it, of baiting him there? So yeah, and it works really, really well. So, but yeah, it was a great focus on Wallace this episode, and it was, I say, kind of great with Weevil. I say kind of because, I mean, we did get a massive moment, a massive shift and all of that, and some momentum in terms of what happened to Felix. I mean, it's kind of, I think, obvious, especially with how Thumper did oh, you say shit and I will strike back. So yeah, but like I said, I mean, it was massive momentum for that story. So yeah, I felt like with this episode, it was just great with the amount of focus on Wallace, which was great, as well as like I said, big momentum with Weevil and, well, his former gang, I would say now. We'll get onto that later, but I had a feeling things were not going to go in Weevil's direction. I mean, he had this big bravado about there is a traitor amongst you, but we already knew he was getting spied on, so yeah. But like I said, with Wallace, this was really, really great as a focus. I mean, last episode was a hectic whirlwind. And with this episode, it was nice to have that focus on Wallace, especially since we knew he was in a bit of a shit scenario, with the fact that he was being set up with this episode anyways. But the last episode kind of gave us an idea that we would have a bit of a focus on his time with Chicago, with his time with Rashard. And it was great that we jumped right into that, as well as a night, because, I mean, obviously we had that absence of Wallace, so an episode dedicated to Wallace was just really, really great stuff, where he is himself in danger. Obviously, something, you know, beneficial was going to come to his aid, but it was just about execution and how he was going to be out of that frame job. So, yeah. And I was just worried about, you know, how he was, like, hamming up Rashard and all of that, because, I mean, there is a situation where people can be snakes, and maybe the person you know, I guess admired and all of that is not that admirable person that, you know, you imagined in your world and all of that, and deep down they are snakes. So, but that conversation, that first scene between the uncle and Rashard gave me enough to kind of be like, okay, maybe the uncle is at fault, because he had that very antagonistic pressure apply to Rashard. I don't know about anyone else, but there was a very, very kind of demanding presence and all of that. I mean, yeah, of course, there is this idea of, okay, if you want to be on your A game, you don't want to veer towards a very, very, I guess, detrimental place and all of that and lack focus, but it was just so forceful. And it wouldn't be the first time this season that, I guess, within Neptune, hey, we've had antagonistic, I guess, peers really, towards a younger character. I say that because there's obviously the idea of quite a lot of neglectful or abusive parental figures when it comes to like episode 7 it was. I mean, obviously there was the big situation with Meg's parents, but I mean, even in that episode alone there was a lot of neglectful like parental figures, and it's the same here, that there is, you know, quite the antagonistic approach. And of course Wallace had to be thrown under the bus in regards to in regards to that protection situation. But I just really loved how it all came together in terms of busting the uncle, in terms of how this whole ploy came together. And even I was shook about Jackie's involvement when they reconvened with, I guess, the uncle's phone at the end of the episode. Because, I mean, with Jackie, I mean, to be fair, I think it's the first time since episode 5 that we've seen Jackie. But even then, it was just, it was a bit uncertain in terms of where things were going to go for Jackie, because of the fact that she hasn't exactly been in the greatest, she hasn't really been perceived as you know, too greatly, especially with what she did to Veronica in regards to shaming her on TV as well. Shaming her on TV about, what was it, the Miramax, I think it was called. Yeah. So, but even then, I mean, I was just really worried about the whole situation of her saying, well, you could have called and all of that. You didn't even say anything. And I was just thinking, well, I don't think he said anything to Veronica as well. So, yeah. And not just that, though, but of course, the hatred that she had earlier this season, seeing Veronica and Wallace together. And, you know, they're just besties at the end of the day. Like, she was completely nerved at certain points this season when she saw them two together. So it was really great that, and then of course there was that moment where she was kind of flirting with Rashard, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! So for her to come around ultimately at the end and play the part in terms of taking the phone was just really well. It was part of the plot of taking the phone, because she played a key role by taking Rashard to that club, and that would get the attention of the uncle. Like, oh, hell no. So, and thus the uncle fell into the trap. So Jackie did her part, and then Veronica would do her part, of course, with the bouncer's help. So, yeah, and the bouncer did his part as well. So, yeah, but, and I guess, you know, Wallace did play his part with that kind of, I guess it was kind of orchestrated, that, like, little conversation where, before he was, you know, shoved into the, stair closet, I think it was. So, yeah, but, yeah, it was really great stuff, that whole plot playing out. But yeah, like I said though, it was just really great to just focus on Wallace, and not just that though, but to have him in a bit of a perilous situation as well. Because there are times where Veronica may take him a little bit for granted. There's been mentions before about that, basically. And this time he really needs Veronica's help and all of that. I mean, he didn't, Veronica did want to distract herself from the whole Duncan situation and all of that, and plus Wallace is a friend. Wallace is in hot water. She's going to help out her friend, even though that Wallace, I guess, didn't really like, you don't have to help me out, okay? This is my mess and I'll clear it up. But yeah, so but but it's just a really, really great focus in terms of how this could really, really shake things up for Wallace with him being accused and all of that. And not just that, though, but how he is with, you know, certain people following his return, such as his relationship with Jackie. So, and it was it was just really, really great stuff to see how things played out. So, yeah. But likewise with the rest of the episode as well. So, yeah. I just gotta say, though, I just love... I don't know. This might be me stretching shit. Take it or leave it, I guess. But there is something kind of fitting about Keith breaking into the police department's evidence room to obviously get the tapes about the bus crash. Versus Veronica bugging the confessional booth in the church. I don't know. It's just because obviously Keith is really, really being, like, especially as a decorated detective back in the day. This is something very, very ballsy and very, very well. It could be very jeopardizing for him if, you know, he was caught out, of course. I don't know. It's just something very, very apt in my mind about him doing that and Veronica bugging the church, and how kind of I don't know how kind of dirty that does feel for both parties. That's what's going on in my mind. But I did really, really, like, I really, really did love how he took a page out of Veronica's book, just breaking the law in order to know what went down, to get a further bit of information in regards to the bus accident. And we found information. It wasn't all for naught, because there was something very, very shady towards the end about Gia's dad. So yeah, because that's it though. We had Beaver, we had Dick talk about, oh, we got off the bus. The smell was just not great. And then there was even that bit from Lamb about the fact that, let me guess, you got off the bus because it smelled bad. And then G is like, no, my father told me not to get on that bus. Like, what the fuck? That was like, if I had a row of bulbs on my head, they would all be, you know, blaring right now in terms of, like, hold on, this is shady as hell. So, yeah, I mean, I doubt it was, like, there's a part of me that's like, there's no way he was just being, I don't know, very, very cautious with Gia, that there was a gut feeling, I don't know. So yeah, there was no way. Not a chance. So the plot does thicken. But of course, we had that whole situation where Terrence is getting questioned. Questioned being the operative word. So, yeah. So, yeah, Woody's not in my good books at the minute. But yeah, it was very, very interesting stuff as well with Veronica and the confessional thing. So yeah, especially you know, I did love it though, because like I don't think she was kind of expecting, like because again she just felt very, very bad bugging the church, and she was like, yeah, this is a new low. This is a new low for me. I'm going to hell. And then, obviously, Father Fitzpatrick was... It was just very, very fascinating to see his advice to Veronica about how she should be the bigger person and all. Because that's ultimately the message about approaching the enemies, like feeding them with like feeding them rather than beating them or anything like that. So yeah, it was just really great stuff. So yeah, but yeah, there was the whole obviously PCH gang, and yeah, that turn. Here's a sad thing. I knew the writing was on the wall for me this season. I just had a bad feeling that at some point during this season they were going to turn on him. And it was just about when's the moment. And of course, you had one of the PCHs spy on Weevil coming out of Logan's room and be like, that's shady. And then obviously the confessional booth thing played a good part into that, obviously. So yeah, but yeah, I just had a bad feeling, and yeah. And then obviously there's the idea that Thumper, yeah, he got to Felix, so yeah. It's just sad though. It is just really, really sad to see how Weevil has, but again, he's been having doubts about his team for, like, there's been a strong question in his mind about loyalty. And is the PCH, gang really, really on my side, etc. And now now this episode says it all, doesn't it? So, but I also just had a bad feeling that someone was going to catch Logan and Weevil's shenanigans at some point, and then here we are. So, but, yeah, I mean, it was really, really rough. But I do wonder if, with Thumper's association with the Fitzpatricks, if that does seem to indicate that they, like, because I doubt, you know what? Felix has been annoying. I'm going to kill him. I do have a wonder if there was, like, if the Fitzpatricks, demanded that, okay, if you like, we've got a good deal going on between us. There is a problem within your group, and his name is Felix. We need him gone. I do wonder if there was a hit for Thumper to kill Felix. So yeah, especially with the fact, like, someone found out, but they kept it hush-hush. They didn't want to cause any kind of commotion. Do it quietly. They found out about his association with Molly, I think her name was, and was like, we don't like that. So he needs to be taken care of. Like I said, there's a problem. His name is Felix. So yeah. Especially now that we know that there is this association with Thumper, with the Fitzpatricks, or with the whole PCH gang, but it's clear as day he did kill him. So, and not just that though, but now he's got leverage over Weevil with what happened to Curly. So, and I think it was the day he died as well. I think it was the same shirt he was wearing, the same, yeah. So, but yeah, great stuff. I'll see you guys next time then. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and my channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm closing out with a bang. Toodles.